and welcome back to another video. Tis I, Lord Chicken, as usual, and today I'm going to be ranking every single Friday the 13th movie that there is. Recently I ranked all of Jason's masks, obviously with the exception of Roy and Salt Boy Jason, and it went well, so I thought I would rank all of the movies this time. And I sort of recently watched them all, so yeah, here we go. So, the original movie is decent. It obviously, none of the Friday the 13th movies like arty films or masterpieces, but they're all relatively good. Well, some aren't, but you'll see that soon. But they were all just made for, well, money, and obviously they're slasher movies, so the senseless slaughter. And so the original one was just a rip-off of Halloween. But it's alright, you know, it's nothing special, though, and it's not like an amazing movie, but I would watch it. Again, it was pretty good. The second one is pretty much just exactly the same as the first one. Obviously, this time Jason's there, though, but it's pretty much the same movies. Same with 3. Those 3 are all pretty much the same movies, more so 1 and 2, but 3 is pretty similar. Obviously, there was the 3D aspect in 3, so it's a bit different, but they're all pretty much the same. Now, part 4, however, I'm going to put in horrible. I watched it twice, with my dad and my friend, and they both agreed with me that it was boring as all hell. Okay, the last, end scene where it's the last fight with Jason, then it gets good. But the parts leading up to that are just boring. It takes ages, and you end up forgetting it's a Friday the 13th movie. It gets funny when obviously everybody starts dying, and then there's like, where's the corkscrew? And then he gets stabbed. That's funny. But other than that, it's pretty boring half the time. So, yeah, it's a relatively boring movie. I didn't enjoy it that much. Then, part 5, I absolutely love. Part 5 is by far my favourite Friday the 13th movie, and my favourite movie in general. It was the first one of the original ones I saw. The most actual one I saw was the remake, which I saw in year 7. Sort of scarred me. But I did like, I loved Friday the 13th Part 5. Roy Burns, it's amazing. I actually asked for it on DVD after seeing Dead Meat's kill count on it. I highly recommend you go and watch that and go subscribe to his channel and subscribe to my channel. It's great. But yeah. I absolutely love this movie. Roy Burns is cool. Roy Burns' mask, as you saw in the last ranking video, is amazing. It's my favourite. I love the 2 blue chevrons. It's brilliant. Obviously, the acting was mainly improvised as well, which gives it a nice charm, and it's funny sometimes as well, especially Ethel. You all know Ethel if you've seen it. But yeah, it's a phenomenal movie. I absolutely love it. And yeah. And part 6 I also love. I watched that after watching part 5. I bought it on YouTube Movies. I also love part 6. It's great. It was the first movie where they decided to more, centralize Jason as a character rather than focus on, the final girl and then reveal Jason at the end. They realized what people wanted. So they focused on Jason. He was front and center the entire time. And then obviously there was, it was the last movie in the Tommy Jarvis trilogy, which is a pretty good trilogy. It starts with my favourite one, and, well, no, actually, it starts with the most horrible. It starts with a terrible one, part 4, but it has 2 of my favourite movies, part 5 and 6 in it, so Tommy Jarvis is good. But yeah, it's a great movie, and I love it, and a lot of other people love it as well. It has a great soundtrack too, a phenomenal opening credits theme. Then we have part 7, which I'm putting in amazing. Now, I know that may be relatively unpopular. Most people will probably put it here, maybe even some here. But I liked it. I really liked it. I liked the idea of Jason meeting his match against this girl with telekinetic powers. I mean, it's sort of a bit random, but I understand that they were trying to do Freddy vs. Jason, but obviously they couldn't get the scripts right, so they went for a pseudo crossover with Jason vs. Carrie, but obviously they couldn't just call Carrie white, because that would be a complete rip-off, and there would be copyright problems with obviously Stephen King, so they just called her Tina Shepard, and I like that. I'm fine with that. It's a good idea, you know, a good change, to have Jason fight someone like Tina, and also Jason looked amazing in it. It was by far the best Jason has ever looked before. Not the best mask, but the best Jason. My God, he looks so cool. It was amazing. It was a great movie. Then Part 8. Part 8 is on par with the final chapter for the most boring Friday the 13th ever. My God. It's such a boring movie. And it's weird as well, if you've seen it, on the boat there, which is the majority of the film, there's that time when Jason comes out of the mirror, but it's Kid Jason, and he's got hair, and isn't deformed, but sometimes he is deformed. It's really, really weird. And then Jason's death scene at the end, where he gets melted by toxic waste, and he yells "mummy," throws up water, and then melts into a swamp, and turns into a swampy boy with hair. What the hell? That's not meant to happen. But yeah, and it was boring, and then it didn't make any sense, because in Part 7, Jason was all, like, worn away, you know, his clothes were ripped, he was decaying, but then in Part 8, he was slightly ripped and slightly decaying. Where did he get these new clothes from? Did he stop at M&S, before jumping on that boat, or did he go to M&S whilst he was somewhere under the water? What the hell? I don't know. But, anyway, Part 8, it's probably the second worst movie, and the worst one is right here. Friday the 13th Part 9 is the best movie ever. I love this. Woo! Absolutely kidding. Friday the 13th Part 9 is... my God. Okay. How do you explain this? I'll sum it up, in 3 words. Jason is a worm. And now Jason X. Absolutely amazing movie. It's on par with Part 7. You know, they're not as good as Part 5 and 6, but it's good. Most people don't like it. It's to them, it's not like a Friday the 13th, but I think it captures the Friday the 13th aspect of things well, especially a lot better than Part 9. That thing, God, I hate it. But it's also fun to watch. You know, the directors set out to make a goofy sci-fi movie so that people would still enjoy like seeing Jason by the time Freddy vs. Jason came out. And they accomplished it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was like funny at times with the comedy that the comedy wasn't funny, it was so bad it was good. And Jason, Uber Jason looks really good in it. I love how Uber Jason looks. If you saw my Friday the 13th mask ranking video, I highly suggest you go and watch that. Then yeah, you know what I mean. I like Uber Jason. Now, Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, alright. Freddy vs. Jason is a strange one. The acting in it is really bad. The dialogue, like the script, is also bad. The script does not... The acting was already bad, and the script doesn't help that at all. It makes it so much worse. Like where the woman... one time, a woman in it says... like, Freddy died by fire, Jason by water, how can we use that? You can't use it, okay? Right? Just because they died by those things doesn't mean they're scared of them. Like, it literally forces that Jason is scared of water, which doesn't make any sense, because there is no point... Well, it does make sense, because it's not like there's any point in the Friday the 13th movies where Jason Voorhees has been underwater for a long amount of time. Like, you know, the end of Part 6, the end of Part 7, in Part 8, where he literally swam from a sinking ship to Manhattan, and you're telling me he's scared of water? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But it makes up for that with 20 minutes of Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees beating the absolute crap out of each other. That is good, that's what I came here to see, and they do that part well. So, yeah, it's alright. The 20 minutes of Freddy and Jason fighting definitely push it to alright. Without those, it would be on par with the final chapter and Part 8. But obviously, not as bad as Jason Goes to Hell. Nothing will ever be as bad as Jason Goes to Hell. Now, the remake. The remake... Yeah, yeah, the remake I'll put in decent. It's a really good movie. Obviously, it's really well shot, relatively high budget. It's good, but it doesn't have the charm that the original movies had. They had that, like, you know, 80s to 90s sort of movie charm where nobody really put much thought into it. They were just there to make money. And obviously Jason has charm in them, but Jason in this movie is smart. And he has been smart before, but he is weirdly intelligent. It's scary at times, and obviously it's a horror movie, so it's meant to be scary. But I watch Friday the 13th not to be scared, but because I find them entertaining. This remake is entertaining, but it's too scary and too, like, tense. I know it's meant to be like that, but it's just the way that Jason sort of, like, used somebody's friend as bait by killing them slowly, making screams people who were going to go and help them, but then they realised, so they didn't. I don't like that. That is not something Jason Voorhees does. Jason has been shown to be, you know, like a sort of childlike, deformed boy with mental illnesses, and he has been smart before, but in this time he's more of a deformed Albert Einstein, and I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. But other than that, it's a good movie, and I didn't like the Pamela Voorhees shrine either. They sort of just put her head in a wall, so it has nothing on the shrine from part 2. But I did like how they brought back Sackhead for the beginning of it. I liked how they didn't just start off with a hockey mask. They actually did bring back Sackhead Jason for the beginning. And I did like Wade's kill. The fear in Wade's, like, emotions when he saw Jason and died, that was a good kill. But yeah, that's it. That's the tier list complete, and that's all I've got time for. So if you enjoyed this as much as I did, then please leave a like. Comment down below if there's anything else you want me to rank, put in a tier list, or if there are any games you want me to play. And subscribe. We've recently hit 100 subscribers, which is amazing. It's phenomenal. I'm really happy. I'm over the moon about that. I never thought we would actually be able to hit 100 subscribers. But yeah, I thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one. Oh, and I will be doing a 100 subscriber special soon. Goodbye!